Have you ever wanted to do something, but you look outside and the weather isn't the best? It's not great, you're scared, you're not sure what to do, and you just want to give up. Well, that's kind of what happened with me, and I was really scared. It was pissing down with rain, and I wanted to give up. But then I wondered what would be on the other side, and what was there was quite transformative. I'm Salvatore, a humble 9 to 5 office worker, someone that likes to sip espresso, roll up my sleeves after work, cook amazing plant based meals for me and my girlfriend, someone who wants to lace up his running shoes and cross the finish line faster than he ever thought possible. But just quickly, if you want to leverage your 9 to 5 the best way possible to have transformative fitness, lose weight, have so much fun in the process, and just completely transform your life and save lots of money on parking, driving as well, I've got something for you. It's called Life Cycles, and if you click the link in the description below, it's going to take you through everything you need to get the bike, the perfect bike for you, all the gear, all the training plan, all the nutrition and everything so you can rock up, conquer mountains, and conquer life every single day. And that's going to be right there in the description for you. So take action for that today. But let's get back to the video now. So I've been running for a bit over about 2 years consistently. And to kind of frame what's going on, I have had to do pretty straightforward runs. Not a whole lot of structuring. Sometimes I do some races. For the most part, I do pretty slow runs, right? Nothing crazy. And that's kind of where it gets interesting. So lately, I've been kind of incorporating a bit more structuring into my runs. But just before that, sorry, quickly, I'm getting all confused. It has actually, I have done race runs where it has rained. So I've been able to do those okay. And they've been pretty fun. I kind of, because I guess I'm going slower, I'm not too worried about it per se. So that's kind of what's kind of ticking away, so to speak. But then there's something that I've kind of been discovered recently, which I've been really enjoying, which is called the tempo run. I've talked about it heaps, and I'll talk about it here again quickly. So tempo run is when you take your race pace and you go about 20 to 30 seconds slower. Race pace is how fast you can kind of run a race in, say a 5K race, and pace is, of course, how quickly it takes you to finish a kilometer. So the lower the number, the faster, the higher number, the slower. For example, 6 minutes a K is slower than 5 minutes a K, if that makes sense. So that's kind of our metric and yardstick. So for these tempo runs, they're pretty tricky. They require, I've started at 4.5 Ks, and as of this Wednesday, I worked myself all the way up to 10 Ks. So pretty crazy. And I kind of have to hold a really steady pace, and it's not easy, right? It's about 8 to 8.5, maybe 9 out of 10 difficulty. But you feel pretty amazing. But the thing is, they are pretty quick. So that's kind of something that's kind of been on my mind in doing these, right? So I guess the point of me wanting to do this tempo runs is to introduce and leverage the idea of kind of doing a race every week, but having it in a way that I can see the progress build, because I'm hoping, obviously, in September to get to a goal where I can run 12 Ks in under 40 minutes, which is the Adelaide City to Bay. So I'm really excited to try that and do really, really well. But in order to do that, we have to integrate some fast runs during the week. And this is simply the fast run for the week. It's kind of like giving you the opportunity to kind of, like an orange, like kind of squeeze more juice out of yourself, if that makes sense, I guess, and kind of get more yield. And that's kind of like what we're pushing for, push a really good pace. And speaking of that, squeezing the juice, to make this a bit trickier, in the last part of this tempo, so what I do is every week I try to increase it by 500 meters. So if it's ending in a 0.5, the total distance, I'll do a 0.5, more or less race finish, like the fastest I can go, right? like an interval, so to speak. If it's an ending in a 0, I'll do a 1K interval at the end, trying to just really hold on for dear life. So that's kind of like what I've been adding to this, right? So this is kind of in the background of, well, this is kind of the difficulty of this. I mean, it feels really cool. Like I go around in a circle and I can visually kind of see where the 1K mark is. But that takes us to actually today's video and the point of what we're getting at. Running in the rain, and should you do that, and what happened. Okay, so for this tempo run, I had to do about, I think it was either 8.5 or 9 Ks. It was about a week or so ago, right? So wake up in the morning, my legs aren't feeling the best. They're feeling okay, but they're feeling a bit tired. I was like, great, we have to do the workout. And then I look outside and it's pissing down with rain. It's absolutely going for it. I'm like, great, this is not fun. So it's really, really raining really hard. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm like, in my mind thinking, there's no way it can rain the whole 40-minute workout. Because I'm like, this is take about 40 minutes in my mind. I'm like, okay, well, if that's the case, we need to prepare for this run. Okay, so what did I do? Okay, so I wore my kind of normal outfits, like I wore my running tights, my special shoes I used for this workout, and I wore a singlet, and I wore on top of the singlet a spray jacket, which is kind of like a bit wind, a bit waterproof, or resistant, I should say, and then a running hat just to keep the rain out of my eyes because of the brim. And that helped a lot, actually. So that kind of helped me start to be like, well, when it does dry up, I can, in theory, take the jacket off and I'll be lighter and I can crush the rest of the workout, right? But part of me was like, am I going to slip and injure myself? I really wonder about this. But I thought also, before I got out, I was like, what if I just do this tomorrow? Like, a lot of the self-doubt was coming in. And even though I'd consistently done a tempo run every Wednesday for the last, over a month, maybe 2 months, it still kind of crept in like, oh, do I really want to do this? Can I do this? Like, is this a good idea? But I was like, nah, we need to do this and we'll make a video about it if it kind of goes all right. So here we are now, right? So basically, get out there. It's raining. It's raining pretty hard. It's not fun. And I've put my music on. I'm trying to block it out. The earpods, whatever, are like water resistant, so it's fine. And I'm running and I'm like, okay, it is wet, the ground, but my shoes have good traction. So I guess with this in mind, if you're going to do a fast workout, make sure when you check the reviews of your shoes and check your shoes, they actually have decent tread. And like people say that they can actually run in the rain with them. That's important. So luckily that worked out and I had the right shoes for that. If I use my old running shoes I use for like tempo and fast runs, I 100% reckon I would have slipped and injured myself. So definitely glad I've got shoes that have some proper traction. So I'm doing the run and about the 5K mark, so I'm halfway through the workout almost, it kind of starts to clear and I'm thinking, all right, beautiful. There's a bench. Next lap round, I'm going to simply put the jacket on it and then I'll pick it up at the end and it's fine. And I'm running and it's clear. And then I've got the singlet and it kind of starts raining again, but I'm like, no, we need to get this done. But like actually, even though it was like raining, my pace didn't get affected that much, which kind of makes me feel that I'm on the right track. And it's kind of, here's where this kind of gets into the next point about how running like this is an opportunity and you need to take it. So I know I'm going to do this race in September. So it's kind of still the spring season, kind of coming off winter in Adelaide. And I don't know what the weather's going to be like. And I don't know what the weather's going to be like in all my other training sessions too. So by doing training in difficult conditions, it gives you the mental fortitude and confidence to know that, hey, I can run fast and do the workout well. There go. If it's a race day, I can still perform even in the wet. It gives you a type of boost that you wouldn't have had if you didn't simply train in the rain. Hey, that rhymes. So that's kind of how this kind of transformative feeling and what it felt to be on the other side. Because when I finished this and got home, and even though I was dripping wet, and I had the realization that I did that, I conquered that, and I feel amazing. I still had to have a shower, clean up, and everything. But the fact I'd done that, it just made me so proud of myself that like I didn't give up and I stuck with it. And that's kind of what I want to imbue on you today, to kind of situations where should I go for a run, or, should I say go for a bike ride, or, you know, and it starts to rain, who cares? Like, just get it done. And like, obviously, if it's safe to do so, but like, it is like, trust that you can do it and that everything will take care of itself. So, and that's a benefit, because if you start having long term goals of wanting to race, you don't know what the race conditions are going to be like. So, having something like this, and if the race is clear weather or you get another thing that's a bit tricky, you know that you've got the experience from all your running to have confidence that you can still execute even when things don't go to plan. And that's what that's about. It's about building that mental fortitude and hardening so you're not like a precious snowflake and you can just run even when the conditions aren't perfect. Because that's what makes you like a true athlete and a true winner. It makes you someone that conquered mountains and through that can conquer life. So, with that being said, if you're interested in leveraging your 9 to 5, building incredible fitness and weight loss through leveraging a bike, click the link in the description below for my get a copy of Life Cycles, less than the cost of an Uber Eats order, less than a PlayStation 5 game, and you'll transform your life today. Thanks for listening. I want to hear from you what it's been like if you've done a run or a hard run in the rain, and how did you feel after? Were you scared? What were you thinking before? I kind of want to hear that. And if you want to follow along in all my runs, I've got my Strava in the description. Follow me, and I'll follow you back, and we'll give each other kudoses, and we'll start kind of a community of those conquering mountains and conquering life every day. Conquer mountains, conquer life.